Tensions escalate. AfriForum faces treason charges amid calls for U.S. sanctions on South African leaders. In a significant escalation of political tension in South Africa, AfriForum, a prominent lobby group, is making international headlines as its CEO, Kallie Kriel, faces charges of high treason while continuing to call for U.S. sanctions against President Cyril Ramaphosa and other ANC leaders. This development highlights the complex interplay between national and international politics, with potential repercussions for South Africa's diplomatic relations and internal stability. The controversy began when Umkhonto we MK, a political party in South Africa, accused AfriForum of inciting foreign intervention in South Africa's affairs, a serious accusation that could lead to high treason charges under the Riotous Assemblies Act of 1956. Despite the act being largely repealed post-apartheid, it still contains provisions related to incitement of violence, laying a precarious legal ground for these charges. AfriForum's outspoken campaign in the U.S., which includes misrepresenting policies like the recently signed Expropriation Act as sanction-worthy acts of government overreach, has not only caused national uproar, but also caught the attention of the Trump administration in the U.S. In a dramatic response, Trump signed an executive order last month suspending donor aid to South Africa and accusing its government of promoting terrorism and racial violence. Moreover, Trump's administration offered refuge to disfavored minorities in South Africa, who are ostensibly discriminated against due to racial policies, further straining the diplomatic ties between the two nations. This move aligns with the Trump administration's America First foreign policy strategy, which prioritizes American geopolitical interests and often results in bold actions against foreign governments. Back in South Africa, the government and legal experts have scrutinized AfriForum's actions. According to constitutional law experts, although the group's international lobbying could be viewed as controversial or counterproductive, it likely does not meet the high threshold required for treason charges under South African law. This situation raises critical questions about the limits of political advocacy, the role of lobby groups in international diplomacy, and the impact of foreign influence on domestic politics. As the Hawks continue their investigation into the matter, the outcome will not only affect the immediate future of AfriForum, but could also set a precedent for how South Africa manages dissent and foreign diplomatic engagements moving forward. In response to these complex developments, Kriel remains steadfast, asserting that his organization's actions were not meant to invoke sanctions against the general South African public, but were aimed at highlighting and remedying the alleged corruption and policy failures within the ANC leadership. Whether this defense will resonate in court or in the court of public opinion remains to be seen as the nation grapples with these divisive issues. Thank you for choosing Satori News.